to, it would be more difficult anyways, because you would say, well, this is my original thing, so it's like a child, and I want to make sure it's safe and all that. But it's weird. What it actually taught me was that my other films, the films that, say like Watchmen or 300 or Dawn of the Dead that had gone through me, I cared equally about. So, you know, I tend, I think, to sort of personalize the movies anyway. So once I actually had gotten halfway through the process, I realized that I treated it exactly the same way as I treated my other books.
Well, you say it's kind of like a child. I got to tell everyone here that doesn't know that you've got 7 children, and you just had the 7th. So I think that's a word. We got a question up in the back on the left side.
Yes, let's see. This one, yeah. Roger Shlm from valbegotten.se. I have a question about action films and superhero movies are usually making role models for men, but now we have the female characters, but you also have the mentor being a male in this movie a little bit. So, did you have in mind making new role models for women?
Yeah, I guess, you know, because the movie is sort of an exploration of genre for me, I really feel like what the movie does as far as its male-female relationship is that what I wanted to do was say that because men have run genre and men run genre, I really wanted to sort of put into focus the way that women have been portrayed in genre or action films, and that is to say that they have been objectified by men, and that sort of the arena that women have had to sort of exist inside of in Hollywood, in the action film world, is like a brothel. And so for me, that's why really there's no positive male characters per se in the body of the film. Scott Glenn kind of exists outside. To me, like, Scott Glenn is Baby's kind of what she would hope a male character in its best form would give her. But then I think that, you know, in the end, that's a fantasy, and that doesn't really happen. So, not to bash men too much, because, of course, I am one. But, you know, maybe just because I have all these daughters, and, like, you know, my wife is my producer, you know, I'm like, I'm the bad guy. You know, so that really is what it's about. I don't know that I'm trying to say necessarily, I mean, look, it was my intention that the women take back, in some ways, the power from the men as best they can. And that by the end of the movie, the girls, when they're fighting, you accept that they are powerful and that they can succeed. That becomes a given. But then my belief was that, you know, in the end, that's an illusion created by Hollywood. I mean, as far as in the genre world, and that, you know, the best we can hope for is that, you know, we get lobotomized, I guess, or something like that. Horrible. Fucking dark and horrible. I'm sorry, I apologize.
Yeah, we got one up here.
This guy has a question right here. Yeah.
We're gonna grab him after this question. Go ahead.
How did you choose your main actors?
How did I choose them?
Yeah.
Basically, you know, you go through a casting process where the actors, they come in, they read the dialogue on a video camera, and then what you do is we look at the video, and then you sort of eliminate them based on their one little read, and then I would go and meet with the actors that remain on the list and work with them on the scene, and then we'd videotape it again, and then I'd look at it again, and then I might meet with them a third time just to sort of talk to them about the movie and whether they'd be comfortable with what the movie was really about. And then based on that, I have to make a decision. Now, if there was a third element, I would have them all sing to see if they could sing, because I wasn't sure at that point whether there'd be singing in the movie, because it was a bizarre movie anyway.
You shot some musical.
Yeah, like in the DVD, like that piece of Oscar and Carla is in the body of the movie, and it really is a big blown out like sequence where they're singing and dancing and stuff. But that was a wrinkle that the girls didn't kind of expect. So I'd be in there talking to them and go like, oh, that was a really great job, you know, that was cool. You know what? Maybe just could you sing for me? And they'd be like, no, I don't sing. But Emily was like, I don't sing, but I'll try. And she sang Killing Me Softly. I don't know if you know the song, but it's really, and she sang it in this, like, it was beautiful and haunting, and I got chills, and I was like, oh my God, okay, that's awesome. Sorry. And I think I walked out of there, and I was like, okay, we gotta hire her, she's awesome. And,
but you didn't have the guys in 300 sing for the audition, right?
No, they had to take their clothes off. It was a different scenario. Not all their clothes. Most of the clothes. Which is weird, I didn't do that to the ladies, so that's nice. See, that's, you think in Hollywood it's the other way around, don't you? Not.
Let's take a question right now.
We live in a modern world. The men take off their clothes and the girls don't.
Well, first of all, I want to say that your movie was really great.
Thank you.
And then, by the way, me and my brother here is an actor also, and we really want to join in your movies. So therefore, actually, we bring our football. So I want to bring it to you.
This is how you make it in Hollywood.
This is exactly how you make it. I'll be like, I remember that day. Remember when you were at that screening?
Maybe. You have the contact information.
We got a question up.
Awesome, thank you guys.
Right?
There you go.
Give them a hand.
Both actors? Sometimes I need twins too. It's fantastic. Actually, you know what's funny? There's a scene in the movie where, if you remember, it's a scene where Sweet Pea and Rocket are sitting at their dressing table talking about, but what if it's a good plan? It's that scene, right? And then she goes, we're not helping baby. And then she goes, the cook attacked me, right? And they're in the dressing room, the baby comes in and says, I'm getting out of here, and they make the plan. That scene actually was shot, basically, we built a set, right, where the real actors were on this side of the set, and the mirrors were just holes in the wall, and then we had doubles on this side, right? Because if you watch the scene, the camera dolly's like this right by the mirrors, and if we did it for real, you would see the camera in the reflection. So we built 2 sets, and then we had their stunt doubles played their doubles. But before, on the DVD, you'll see, if you're interested, that what we did was we had twins sitting, like the shot started, on the DVD, shot starts earlier. It's maybe another 30 seconds longer. So it starts, and you see these 2 girls. We see one girl, you think it's one, because it's an illusion. And so she's putting on some makeup in the mirror, like this, and then they get up to leave, and they go like this. And because the camera's over here, it actually sees this twin, and you'd seen that twin in the mirror before. And then the camera continues and the scene continues. But, so, as you can plainly see, twins come in handy a lot.